Howdy y'all, Christi here with Little Salty Homesteader. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am here today with a seed organization video. Now I have filmed a couple of these in the past, but as we continue to garden and our seed collection grows, then perhaps maybe our organization methods need to be updated as well. So, you know, once you have a collection higher than like 10 packets of seeds, it is time to consider organizing them. Most seeds don't necessarily expire. Any of those dates that you see on the packet is simply for the year that it is meant to be sold. Federal regulations mandate that seed companies have to provide new seed each year. So they write the year, or they print the year that the seed is meant to be sold in on the packets. See if I can find an example for you guys. So, packed for 2026. It says sell by 12/31/2026, but that does not mean that this packet of seeds is going to expire. This just means that this company is no longer allowed to sell this exact packet. So because the seeds don't necessarily expire, you aren't required to use the entire packet or dispose of whatever is left of the packet at the end of the growing season. Some seeds, like corn, might lose viability over time, but for the most part, you can hang on to your packets for as long as it takes to use them. I think maybe carrots are the other seed type that sort of starts to lose its viability as the seasons progress, but everything else, I have seed packets from 2020 that I am still using, and they're still germinating just fine. So again, as you amass your seed collection, you have to start organizing them. So I'm going to list off a few ways that you can organize your seeds. I've seen other methods outside of this list, and I've seen some really excellent ways to organize, and then some ways that won't necessarily work for me, but they're not wrong. They're just not what I would personally choose. If I have the storage vessel for that organization method, I will show it. Otherwise, I will try to find a picture detailing what that might look like, so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about whenever I start describing it. So the very first method is going to be to simply just store them in a basket or a bin. Now, this is a really inexpensive, easy way to keep your seeds contained somewhere, but especially if your basket or bin is this size, it can get a little overwhelming to try to organize them in some sort of way without some sort of like files or something within the vessel. Not that big a deal. If you're short on dollars and time and space, maybe this is the best method for you. Another really inexpensive option that might work a little bit better is some of these plastic shoe boxes. They have the lid, so you can put them in here. The seed packets can lay sideways, so you can close them up, put them in your closet, no problem. You can also use your regular shoe boxes, like the Converse boxes, probably work excellently for seed packets. Again, it can be a little difficult to keep things organized, especially if you don't have enough to fill up the entire length of the container, so they kind of end up kind of haphazard in there and all willy-nilly. But if you have some sort of custom file marker or divider or something in there, I'm sure you can make it work. Another method that I've seen that I thought was incredibly clever is what I like to call ammo boxes. That's the typical utilization of them that I have seen, but essentially it is a box with a hinged lid and a clasp. Most of the ones that I have seen are metal, but you can get them in like a weatherproof plastic, so the lid will close, you can clasp it, and then you don't have to worry about your seeds falling out and going all over the place. You can also store them in a closet, wherever you like to store things, away, out of sight, out of mind, stuff like that, on a shelf, wherever. It can become expensive if you have a lot of seeds. I'm not entirely sure how much the metal boxes cost, but I know the weatherproof plastic ones can be a little bit spendy. It can also, because they're kind of long and thin, unless you have enough to fill it up, your seeds might end up kind of haphazardly in there unless you have the custom file folder divider things, something in there to kind of keep them straight and orderly. Now this is a method that I have used, but I don't use any longer because my seed collection got way too large for the amounts of these that I would need to obtain. So the photo storage bins. If you've gone to any craft stores like Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, you've probably seen the plastic cases that open up and then they have little smaller 4x6, or not 4x6, but smaller cases inside that hold 4x6 inch photographs. These are excellent because you can categorize your seeds, alphabetize, divide it up by type, planting season, whatever suits your fancy, and you can just simply grab the little smaller tray, take it out to your garden or your seed starting station, plant what you need to plant, put it back. No big deal. This works really excellently. Millions of gardeners use this method. I don't think there's anything wrong with it until you get so many seeds that you have 6 or 7 of those giant cases with the smaller cases inside. Then it becomes kind of cumbersome to try to figure out where to store them all. And unless you're able to get them on sale, they can be a little bit expensive. Now, you can get them on sale quite a bit. I see them quite often for like $15 for the whole thing. But outside of that, if you're paying full price, over time, as you buy multiples of them, it's going to add up very quickly. Now the method that I use, I came across this from another gardener that I saw in like a Facebook gardening group. I saw how she organized her seeds and I was like, that is brilliant. Because if I, personally for me, if I cannot see the seed packet, it no longer exists in my mind. I do not own it. So I needed a way that I could see all of my packets very easily so that I would no longer buy duplicate seed packets. There was a time that I had 3 packets of the exact same serrano pepper because it was buried in my photo storage bin with other hot peppers and I did not know that I owned it. Because again, out of sight, out of mind, in my brain. So the method that I use is actually a 3-ring binder with the photo sheet, the 3x5 photo sheet protectors. So basically what that allows for is 8 packets to be stored within a single sheet protector. And then you can customize how you organize that within the binder. If you want to do crop and then variety, flowers, vegetables, and herbs, however you want to do it, this allows you to fully customize that really easily. And then whenever it's all full and glorious, like this bad boy here, you get like this really beautiful, aesthetically pleasing, personal seed catalog to come in and do your seed, your planting from. So I love this method. Now, I will say that the 3-ring binder is probably not optimal for the bulky seeds like beans. Some of the nasturtium seeds are pretty big and puffy too. So if you have a lot of bean seeds or something like that, that is whenever little bins like this come in handy, or even the botanical interest seed box. If you order enough packets, they send you a little box and those fit perfectly within there. So there's always a way to store your bean seeds. The last method that I love, and one day I will upgrade to because it makes my nerdy book loving heart so happy, is a library card catalog. Now, if you have ventured to the library, especially before the days of the internet and you needed to find a book, you would have to go over to the card catalog, open the drawer, search through the files until you found the book that you were looking for, and then you would go over to the shelf on the library where it indicated it is. These make excellent seed storage because they have many drawers, and you can organize each drawer to be a different letter or crop type or crop family, whatever it is that you need to do. If you have drawers left over, you can store some of your handheld tools in there as well, making it basically kind of a one-stop seed starting solution for you whenever you need to organize your stuff. The downside to the library card catalog is it could take up a lot of space, and if you have a small area that you're trying to organize your stuff in, it might not be conducive to that, and it could also be expensive to source or make. I actually found found some woodworking plans for one that I want my husband to build, but he has many other much more necessary projects before he can get to that for me. So while I have you here talking about how to organize seeds, I thought I would show you how to utilize the 3-ring binder method in case you decide that is the option you want to go with for now. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to figure out, well, after you have your 3-ring binder and your 3x5 photo sleeves, you need to decide how to categorize. So again, you could do simple A to Z, you could do crop and then variety type, you could do herbs, flowers, vegetables, break it down however you want to, but you have to decide on that first. Now I use kind of a combination method. Mine, I have 2 different binders. I have one for flowers and then I have one for herbs and edibles, and that is broken, each one is broken down by the crop type. So for example, my herb and vegetable one is broken down by like culinary herbs, medicinal herbs, squash, tomatoes, peppers, broccoli, so on and so forth. It's alphabetized by each category, and then each variety within that is also alphabetized. So if I have 40 different tomato packet seeds, which I might, those are, well, let me back up. On the tomatoes and the peppers, those are further broken down by the type of tomato that they are. So beefsteak, cherry, slicer, and paste. And then the varieties are alphabetized within those tomato types. So once you have your categories figured out, then you want to organize your seeds by that above determined category. So I have this bin right here for now because I have a bunch of new seeds that I needed to organize, and I have it already alphabetized and categorized by the flower type. And then I went ahead and pulled out any seeds that I wasn't going to use. I had some mammoth sunflowers. I'm not planting 12-foot tall sunflowers, so I set those aside for donation. They could also be utilized in a seed swap or something like that. So as you're organizing your stuff, go ahead and kind of set aside the things that you're not going to plant, and maybe you can swap them away for something that you do want to plant. After you have them organized however you want, you can use a bin, I've spread them out all on the floor making little stacks, whatever works for you. Then you will simply just slide the packet into the pockets. So I'll just kind of show you a couple here. So we have this bee balm here. It's actually going to go before this bergamot. So we have bee balm. It's going to go into the pocket. I need 2 hands for this. All right. Just like that. On the back side, you'll do the same thing. Fill it up, get all of your seed packets filed away, and then if you have packets that don't have pictures on them, like this one, I received these seeds in a swap. They didn't come in a packet, they came in a little plastic baggie. Consider printing photos so that you will know what that plant looks like as you're flipping through determining what you're going to plant. You can also add tabs to your sheet protector pages. That kind of helps with quick searching. So like here you can see this one says nasturtium. I might end up having to move these around, but whenever I'm ready to start my planting and all of that, I can just flip to the nasturtium wow section, grab the seed packets that I need, and then carry on about my business. So it's really easy to do. It does take a little bit of time to implement, and of course if you buy a whole bunch of seed packets at once, it can be a little bit daunting to get it back organized. But again, once it is complete, you end up with such a visually appealing solution, and a binder will typically fit on most bookshelves, so it's also easy to store. And I wanted to talk about some further organization considerations. After you have your seeds organized in some way, shape, or form, whatever method or manner works for you, you might want to consider creating some sort of seed inventory. Google Sheets or Excel can be utilized to create an inventory, and it can be as simple as just the crop variety and supplier, or you can go more in depth and include days to maturity, annual, perennial, when to plant, stuff like that. You can get as detailed as you want to within a spreadsheet, which is really great. And then you can also come back and add growing notes, whether the crop failed for you or it was really excellent or you didn't like the flavor, whatever it might have been. Seedtime.us, which is an online garden planning tool, also has a seed inventory tool. So you will type in all of your seed inventory information. It is really in depth as well. And then whenever you schedule out your crop, it will ask you if you want to pull that crop from your seed inventory. So it makes it kind of an on-demand, up-to-date seed inventory tool that you won't have to go back in and remove stuff from later. And then the last method for creating a seed inventory, of course, is a handwritten inventory within some sort of garden journal. Now this one is going to be the most time-consuming one because handwriting takes way longer than typing things out. But you can also refer to notes within your garden journal, like see page 57 for growing notes, disease issues, pest issues, whatever issues or concerns or awesome stuff you had happen. That way you sort of end up with this overall really awesome, comprehensive garden seed glossary. So it's really up to you how easy or how difficult you want to make it. So to wrap things up, again, as your collection grows, your preferred organization may grow, and there's no wrong way to organize. As you have seen from this video, there are really easy methods, there's really detailed methods, there's inexpensive and expensive methods. It is all up to you, and there's no wrong way to do it, as long as the system that you're utilizing works for you. If you're not able to maintain it, or you're not able to find anything in it, it might be beneficial to consider another solution. But other than that, that's all I have for you today. It's a relatively quick video. If you liked this seed organization video and you want to see more garden how-to content, please like, subscribe, and comment. Otherwise, until next time, go find a way to get those garden manicures.